Your head on a swivel.
Fabian Marozsan of Hungary starts us off. And does Daniil Medvedev's coach think there's something concerning about this guy's game that Daniil has to worry about?
What he actually said is he's interested when he sees him live, that he's only seen tape.
Ah, okay.
But on tape, he didn't. He wasn't that not that nervous because he said, I don't see a weapon.
Okay. He's a big dude. You'd think there'd be at least one or two weapons.
The forehand slightly better, but it's not.
Okay.
It's still not a terrifying shot.
Okay. Has any guy around the height as Medvedev been able to run in like that ever?
No. That's why he was #1, because he's 6'6" and can sprint. And he plays a very strange style, doesn't he? In that he returns serve from the stands and is a defender. I would say he's a 6'6" pusher who happens to serve really big.
Okay.
And he has started hitting the ground strokes bigger. And there's occasional matches now where he's taking the return earlier when he's had to. He knows against Sinner and against Alcaraz, those kind of players, he's got to take a few more risks.
So a bunch of errors from Marozsan. An easy break for Daniil Medvedev.
Just made some really awkward eye contact with Daniil.
Long 15.
This is interesting from the standpoint of we have 6'4" player against a 6'6" player, and we're having all long rallies because the serves aren't really doing much. The other interesting thing, Jill Zavar, when I talked to him about Medvedev's serve, as you see his wife, was that I noticed that his toss has the biggest difference as far as width. It's 2 or 3 feet. It's not the consistent toss in the same spot every time. And I said, does he do that for misdirection? Because sometimes I see him toss it way out to the right, and that lets players think it's going to be a slice, and then he flattens it out to the backhand.
Please
I was
tell
giving
me
him
that's
credit.
the answer.
And the answer was no. He's trying to, he says, I threw it up exactly the same way.
40-13. Yes. Advantage Medvedev.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
First double fault. One of the things that made Medvedev so difficult for players to deal with was when he was playing his best, he would hold serve in 4 points. 4 big serves. Game's over, and then he'd make you grind and work and hit 50 shots to hold serve.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I always thought his serve was the best part of his game, and now it's the part of the game that he seems to be struggling with.
Well, and it's what made it so difficult, because you could get to 3-all, 4-all, but you're just the weight of all that struggle to hold serve, and then you're serving again a minute later.
Right.
It would eventually wear on you. But now Medvedev looks like he has to struggle to hold serve just as much as he needed to force you to struggle on your serve.
Wow, another one. Laura, what do you see down there? You've got a perfect look at these tosses.
Yeah, they almost look a little bit too far behind, and so then he's falling backwards in the motion, especially on the second serve. And it just seems like the whole motion is quite rushed. Once he starts, it's like 2 seconds. And for such a tall guy, his ball toss really isn't that high.
He doesn't use his height, does he? The way you would think he could.
What was interesting is after Laura said that, he did toss it way further in and came forward. He hit a pretty good serve.
But it's like he's adjusting
Probably because
in
he
the air.
can hear me. I'm so close.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're coaching him.
Wow. Break right back.
1 game on. First set.
I was told one of Marozsan's favorite shots is the drop shot. So you would expect to see quite a few of them today because of how far back Medvedev plays the rallies from. But so far, his 2 drop shots have been covered very quickly by Medvedev.
he going to go for 3 drop shots in a row?
He's 0 for 3 to my count on the match so far.
$15.30.
First time I ever heard of Fabian Marozsan was in 2023 when he beat Carlos Alcaraz in Rome. He came out of the qualifying, got into the 4th round. So first his goal was to get into the top 100. He got into the top 50. And now his goal is to get into the top 30.
31.
He's playing here at 51.
Well, we've had 2 games, 2 breaks. Break chance for 3 in a row. 6 foot 4 inches. Serve is about 105 miles. Not getting much on it.
Medvedev. Medvedev leads 2-1.
Hopefully he
Well, especially
drunk
after he
all of
drank
those.
all of those.
Yeah, that's
and he's still walking and keeping them together like that.
they're prizes, aren't they?
15 left.
Another one.
You know, it's all the signs
Tell
are
me.
pointing to catching the yips. It hasn't fully gotten to him yet because he's still
Yeah, got it. He's still what?
he's still hitting the occasional nice serve. He still hit 126 mile an hour ace
15
earlier, but it just feels as though I've always been worried about his serve because of the toss being everywhere. And now maybe it's starting to seep into his head, the poor serving. And I really think if you're an opponent of his right now, you should be thinking he's going second serve. The one that he's hitting the most consistently is a slice, not anything with a kick. So he's hitting it into the forehand. If you start punishing that, he's not going to have too many answers.
He
There's
really
the
had
toss
to chase that one.
That's the toss we have
That
to
nearly
run
hit
after.
Laura Robson.
Again, he's going to hit to the forehand most of the second serves. His kick is absolutely unreliable right now.
It seems like he decelerates into the kick serve as well, though, because most of them that he's missing are missing long, and he's just not getting over the top of the ball.
Every time you talk, he serves better.
You're inspiring him.
Medvedev leads 5-1 first set.
I always can't believe he hit that other first serve there where the ball toss was. Honestly, if he'd let that drop, it would have landed 2 meters inside the baseline.
Yeah.
And way to the right. You probably couldn't tell. It was almost, as Mary said, it was almost in your lap. And Marozsan also, he's got to get a tape of himself serving. He doesn't use so many different power sources. He virtually no turn. If you watch, he tosses, his body stays right where it started, and his arms go up and he hits it, but there's no rotation, not much in the legs.
(30-15).
Second double for Marozsan. Medvedev's had 3.
The one thing you got to like about Medvedev is
40-15.
that return of serve he was practicing, because he took the return right up on the baseline. He's getting ready for later in the tournament in his mind, because he has a 5-1 lead.
Again, Marozsan. More sets, please, Nemo. Medvedev leads 5-2 first set.
So damn old now, what?
I would say she's playing the same, you know.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else is playing faster. That seems to be the problem, that she's being out hit at times because she's not changed much. She's always going to be a great competitor and do all the right things out there, but everyone is fast these days. Everyone can hit the ball big. And I'm not sure that I've seen too much of an improvement over the last 6 months as well.
She did tend to leg out all of her great victories, didn't she? Another double. That's number 4 for Medvedev.
Well, that one was, if you're going to double with some style, because he hit it 111 mile an hour second serve.
Okay, and that's better. That's a more impressive double.
Well,
Yeah.
it's still the same result, isn't it, in the end? But Marozsan's going to have to recognize that Medvedev normally plays in the fence, but because he's in control of most of these rallies, Marozsan's not doing much with his ground strokes. The drop shot's not working. Medvedev's used to running from the stands up for drop shots
Yeah, exactly.
and still getting to them. If he's near the baseline when you hit a drop shot, forget it. well disguised with that lob. It almost
15-14.
broke Medvedev's ankles. When you take a look at this, he came in. Good solid pass. And a little bit of a stumble as Medvedev didn't read it at all.
Another drop shot try. It worked.
For the first time.
There was a bit of a look from Medvedev over the net as well after he was past there.
What did the look say, Laura?
I've got my eyes on you.
Ah, the old hard eye.
On Marozsan,
Look,
what do you
look.
think of Marozsan and the way he looks?
You're trying to get her in trouble. You're trying to make her talk. She's right there.
That was fantastic.
That was one of the first forehand drop shots, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the backhand's starting to look too obvious because he opens his racket face too soon.
The next time a player gets close to Laura courtside.
What's the question that would get her in trouble?
So, Laura, how's your mother? Well, she's...
More because he was sweating perhaps right on her outfit, it looked like. Say, who sweats more?
I haven't been keeping an eye on the sweating levels, but I'll be sure to do so now.
Well, no, you have to wait till they're right in front of you before you say. Man, Marozsan sweats horribly.
Another one, man. Smothered by Medvedev.
It's not. You got to pick your spots to drop shot, and it's not when Medvedev's in the center of the court.
But that seems to be his favorite way to break open a rally.
Maybe he doesn't recognize how Medvedev does do a beautiful job of when he hits a return, sprinting up to the baseline. He's way back to return, but he covers that ground quickly to reestablish some sort of position. We're about to have our 6th break in 9 games. We've had 3 holds of serve,
Yeah.
a couple set points.
This is a nutty opening set.
Yeah.
Could end right here.
First set, Medvedev. 6 games to 3.
It's hard to imagine that Marozsan is going to sit down right now on this changeover and think of new tactics. You know what I mean? I think we've seen his.
50 left.
I'm amazed that Marozsan's not moving further out on the deuce side. He's sticking to the same return position as the start of the match, but the only first serves Daniil's made are the ones out wide.
Hey, he just caught a toss, folks. He can do it. So Marozsan just showed you some pace. He just injected a little pace with that forehand. He hit one backhand winner earlier in the match where he injected a little pace. I think it's time to go with that rather than the massage the ball around and then hit a drop shot play that he used in the first set. Medvedev's strokes are so strange
They
at
are.
times. Normally he has a little bit of a side spin to his forehand, and then he almost chokes himself out with the follow through, the way his arm wraps around his neck. that one was a different type of finish completely than he normally throws at you.
Have you guys seen the movie Challenges?
Yes.
I hate to admit
I
that
heard
I did.
Zendaya's inspo for her forehand was Daniil.
That's a good call.
Could be.
That's a good call.
(40-13). Yeah, Medvedev. First game, second set.
The ad side.
Well, he did hit that serve with a toss that should have been sliced. It was out to the right, and he still managed to flatten it out. I don't think he's going to make that serve that often the way he produced it.
Are we all in agreement that because the serve is the most idiosyncratic shot most players have, that it's the hardest to reverse engineer?
Yes, probably. It's just so important to recognize how important rhythm is on the serve. So you need the kinetic chain to be perfect. And if you mess with something, it changes the timing.
I had this serving yips for about 6 months, and it sucks because it's the one shot that you think, oh, I can control everything myself.
Exactly.
And I can't get it right. And you're almost like embarrassed to step up to the line when you've thrown in 15 double faults in a match.
I feel your pain because I also caught the yips on this court.
Was it really?
Against Michael Chang. Tie break, and I hit 2 straight second serves into the 40th row off the frame.
All right, my dude, you got to stop doing that.
15-14.
One of these times it's going to work. He did win 1 point that we remember.
Right. But Medvedev actually got to the ball.
He did, so it wasn't as impressive.
First ace for Marozsan.
I mean, start playing like that. He's not going to massage Medvedev off the court. There's no chance. I've always felt players, a lot of the players that had beaten Medvedev, even when he was at his best, when he was serving well, were the guys that could serve volley, guys that could come in. Doesn't have the type of passing shots that dip. They're not that difficult to volley. Because he's so far back, once or twice a game, you might be able to finagle a free point with a serve and volley.
Yes. Advantage Medvedev.
Just gobbled it up, didn't he? Nice start to the second set for Daniil Medvedev. High alert, Laura Robson, courtside. Mukova has just taken the opening set over Osaka over on Ash.
That's not too surprising for me.
Okay.
Mukova, she's a great player. She's just been so unlucky this year with injuries. Finally Roland Garros last year, and then it was basically season over, and then has been struggling ever since to get some consistency with her body. But she can hit the ball, she can finesse the ball, she's got so much variety.
Ah. 15 left.
We're talking about how Marozsan loves to have a poker face. You and I up here with some of these shots and misses can't keep a poker face any longer.
No.
And he seems to be keeping it. I don't know, Laura, is you seeing any wince from him yet?
No, I'm seeing nothing.
Maybe it's time to go ahead and smash a racket just to get it out of his system and get going.
Well, but even Medvedev's having a quiet night, you know.
I know they're not, but it does seem like they're just going through the motions a little.
Yeah, that's right. Well, not a lot of dynamism on the court. I don't think Medvedev has any thought of losing this match, so maybe he's just trying to save himself. He might very much be concerned about this stroke of his right here. Maybe that's inhibiting his emotions. Another one that's 5.
14-13.
Here's what I've done a lot of teaching, not lately, but for many years, and in between knee operations. And I used to say, don't think of it as a toss. Think of it as a placement. You know, keep it very consistent. Place it. Don't toss it.
Don't throw it.
Don't throw it. And Medvedev does. Kind of like, look at that. A lot can go wrong.
Stops almost entirely.
How about Arina Sabalenka? She had so many service problems that she just tore it down and from the ground up remade it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Anytime someone gets over it, to me, it's my hat's off to them. I mean, there's been Novak Djokovic.
Yeah.
There was a point in time when he was struggling. And Grigor Dimitrov had a moment when he couldn't find the box. They both got it figured out.
He doesn't mind a target, does he, Medvedev?
No, he's a premier defender, certainly.
15-13.
Marozsan has been broken 5 times. He has held once.
40-13.
He's got a chance.
Medvedev leads 3-1, second set.
You can catch up to what's happened on this day at the U.S. Open by going to all the social platforms. USOpen.org. You'll find out that Elena Rybakina pulled out of the U.S. Open, she says, with illness. How many times has that happened with the great Rybakina this year alone?
I think that's 8 for this year.
Yeah.
Dan Evans just won as well. I was keeping my eye on that on the socials.
After that 5-setter, Laura.
5 hours 36 on court in the first round and just won in straight sets.
Wow.
He practiced a lot the other day.
He said he wasn't going to practice yesterday.
I bet.
Yeah. He said he wasn't going to go near the court.
Game Medvedev. Medvedev leads 4-1, second sets, and by 1 set to
Walking calmly now towards a 2-set. She's so damn good. I hope she gets fitter physically, mentally, emotionally.
Love 15.
Yeah. Rybakina and Sabalenka are the two that can take the racket out of your hand when they're playing well.
No question.
Even Iga Swiatek, if those two are redlining it, she's in trouble.
That time, Marozsan's tactic of the drop shot. He finally won a point.
15 all.
Medvedev again got it back, but this lob was too good.
He won the point, but
Yeah.
he was not in the winning position, really. He just guessed right and hit a half volley lob from the baseline. Don't want to make a living with that play.
30-15.
Could it be a hold to serve?
2 in a row. That would be monumental effort.
Here's the hold.
Medvedev leads 4-2, second set.
Yeah, Marozsan has improved quite a bit on winning first serve points in this set. It's just about 50% in the first set. He's 71% when he gets the first serve in this set. It's helped him hold serve twice. Still has to figure out something on a second serve. 27%, 6 of 22 for the match.
Love 15. Take your seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
That was a good example of Medvedev hitting a double fault, and it's not his fault. It is that person's fault that's walking
Which
down
one?
the alley.
Which one?
All of them
Seats,
at
please.
once.
Players are waiting for you, especially behind the baselines, behind the players. Thank you.
Kind of zooming in on the pizza lady.
It wasn't even for her, it was for the kids.
Wow.
I know that missed, but how well does Medvedev move? He hit that passing shot and was sprinting almost as he was following through, knowing that next volley is going to the open court.
Let's for service. Let's for service.
Keeps going for that same ball that he's hit 2 lets with. Should have gone with the other one. It's been one-way traffic so far, and it looks very comfortable when you see the score, but because you almost don't trust Medvedev's serve,
Right.
it doesn't feel quite as secure as it should, or it normally would. Has gotten himself from love 30 to a game point here.
Game. Medvedev. Ball change, please. New ball.
First of 2 night matches on this Thursday inside Louis Armstrong Stadium. Coming up, Caroline Wozniacki against Renata Zarazua.
Love 15. Let for service. Love 13.
Oh, pretty nice disguise on this drop shot from Medvedev. He stepped in and then a quick little change of grip.
He was behind Laura Robson on that shot.
Love 14.
Found that angle.
I genuinely don't know how he moves so quickly around the court.
At that
Doesn't
height.
seem real.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem real because it's not movement that any athletic trainer would teach. It's a bit like
It's
the
so true.
swings on the ground stroke. He just finds a way.
Well, his strokes go along with that too. You would never
no.
teach what he does.
No. He breaks every law of physics.
Yes.
He shouldn't squeak when he moves. I mean, he should like jangle.
Well, his two-minute backhand, which he seems to be able to hit on a dime, he's always stepping across, getting in his own way. And
Game in 7 sets. Medvedev. 6 games to 2. Medvedev leads 2
He's getting
sets
through
to
this one pretty comfortably, isn't he?
so far. But
First set, 34 minutes. That one, 33 minutes.
Third set. Medvedev to serve. Love 15. All.
Marozsan does have, I know he hasn't hit great drop shots, but he's come in a couple times and showed some nice feel at the net with the drop volleys. Difference when you're a foot inside the service line rather than behind it for the first volley. Makes for a much easier volley. Second double of the game. Marozsan, one thing he has done beautifully is he's 100% when he's got a break chance. He's broken. 2 for 2. He's got a break chance here and a second serve.
(13-14).
That's a beautiful drive.
First game.
Okay. I want.
It's
Wait. I'll wait.
It's a little over the top, but it's but it's close.
It's tremendous.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be quiet, please.
And again, Medvedev
For both players, thank you.
feel as though he's not as confident as he has been
Right.
in the past with first round losses coming in this tournament. And he's looking for reasons. And often it's the crowd. He
Well, I
was
can
a guy
tell
that
you-
could handle noise. He could handle anything.
It was no louder between that point than it has been for the rest of the match.
It's a perfect example of why it's just I'm searching for something. All of a sudden, he started the third set a bit nervously. Even though this match, in his mind, should be so well in hand, at least from what he's seen so far.
He might still be thinking of Pizza Lady.
Maybe.
I think so.
14-15.
He's got a lot on his mind. I mean, you could just tell, can't you?
Mm-hmm. No, Jill Savard did tell me he's not happy with Daniil. That's when he's brilliant with stuff like that. He's not happy with him looking for outside reasons why he's not hitting things well. So blaming crowds, blaming rackets, saying the balls are inconsistent. Just looking for somewhat of excuses.
Well, earlier this year, Daniil said in a press conference that he doesn't want to be the villain anymore. He wants to be liked by the crowd. So asking them to be quiet is probably not going to work.
He's got to stay the villain. He's a tremendous villain. Just embrace it.
Wear that black hat.
Yeah.
I remember that, what you're speaking of, Laura, because he's a husband. Now he's a father. You know, he's been at this. He's been playing professional tennis for 10 years. Earlier this summer, he really stepped out of line. Remember, he got caught cursing, and it was really nasty.
Well, Medvedev might be on his way into the third round, but he's not going to make a deep run playing the way he's playing. He's not going to be able to lose serve 3-4 times against the top players and get through that type of match. So he's got to figure this out in a hurry.
I've seen this happen this week when the players bring up a ball like that. That's not.
It's gone flat.
It's gone. Yeah, not the pressure.
Not quite flat, but yeah.
Yeah.
Love 15.
At some point, if you're Marozsan, don't you start recognizing almost every second serve goes to the forehand, and you start
The players, please.
You
getting a
caught that
little more
early.
aggressive. Yeah, get a little more aggressive with that forehand return. He did it well that time. Don't just put it back in play. I think Medvedev's double faulting when he tries to hit him to the backhand. Did a little better, at least not double faulting, but again, that second serve didn't have enough on it.
Fifteen, 13. Let's the service.
No more drop shots. Please.
Say it louder. He's right there next to you. I mean, the thing that's strange is most players, when you're hitting drop shots, it's because they've hit a big shot, and now they're lining up another one, and then they drop shot. He hits two slow slices, and then drop shots.
Yeah, he hasn't pushed.
No, push him
Medvedev
back before you try the drop shot.
Second service.
Get ready for a serve most of the time to the forehand. Just the fact that you see Medvedev, look at his face, look at his reaction after this point. He's up 6-3, 6-2. He hits the winner, and then he's pumped. He's excited because there's no. There it is, fist pump. He wouldn't normally do a fist pump at this stage with a match that's going his way.
Yeah. He's usually bringing in the crowd a lot more than he. Okay, 2 inches
You're
away.
fine.
Unless there's an umpire sitting in the chair.
Unless there's someone there. But
Yeah.
if you hit an empty chair, you're okay.
Yeah.
Love 15.
I don't mind that miss at all. It feels like it's been a lifetime since we've seen him unleash on a forehand. So much of it's been one pace.
Yeah, Laura, I was just going to say, because I was looking at the stats after he missed that. That was Marozsan's 29th unforced error. And the reason that's distressing is it's 29 unforced errors without trying to go for very much.
30-15. Sorry.
Or do you know what that's about?
He's telling security to be quiet.
Were they making a lot of noise? His thoughts are everywhere.
It's two of the encore escorts who are, to be fair, they are having a bit of a chat,
Okay.
tucked away in the hallway there, but I don't think it's loud down here at all, though.
Yeah, I think it's just a sign. You hear everything when you're not comfortable. And for whatever reason, with a 2-set lead, 2-1 lead, an opponent that's hitting errors at an alarming rate, he still doesn't feel comfortable. 31 now.
Advantage Marozsan. Deuce.
If you go to the well enough, eventually you'll come up with a winner.
But at least he played it at a better time. Medvedev was at least behind the baseline.
Yeah, here it is. He's been waiting for an hour and a half, and he finally got the drop shot winner.
But it was worth the wait.
This is becoming a pivotal game, obviously, because so many opportunities to hold serve. 40-15 to start it, another couple of ads.
It's a fantastic serve, and then the forehand to follow it up is placed in the court. There was no aggression behind it, and then you can't expect to come and place the next volley against such a good mover.
Okay, Laura, you are down on that court. Please tell that guy to stop that. Just wander on
She
over.
can't now because she's next to Medvedev, but
Medvedev leads 3
on the
games
next
to 1.
changeover,
She can
Laura,
hustle over.
your job.
So that's
is-
enough.
Yeah, you're on
You stop
TV.
that right now.
Quit drop shotting.
Be stern, okay? Just, he needs to be spoken to.
Seats quickly, please. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Again, usopen.org. All over social. Tell you that Naomi Osaka is a game away from being out.
She served for the second set,
I
I
know.
thought I saw.
Yeah, not anymore. Mukova.
What a tough draw Osaka had.
No kidding.
Ostapenko
Yeah,
to play
to play Muki.
Mukova. That's the problem with not being seated.
That stayed in? That stayed in. I wasn't even sure how he was going to handle that lob.
Well, in my mind, I was thinking, you're down 6-3, 6-2, 3-1. Go ahead and do a tweener here because you're not.
Right.
Nothing's going your way. He looked as though he took an angle for a tweener and then changed his mind and made the shot even more difficult. And somehow came up with that.
Daniil.
That should have been happening a few more times, and it might have made a big difference.
20-14.
Because then all of a sudden, Medvedev's not going to feel safe with the bailout slider to the forehand.
Medvedev leads 3 games to 2 third sets by 2 sets to none.
Where the second set of Osaka and Mukova has turned into a tiebreak.
Players are ready, please. Thank you.
That's pretty. And again, he's imploring the crowd. You got to give me some love for that.
What was funny is when he hit this next shot, I was thinking, quit trying to be cute with Medvedev. You're not going to win that battle. I was wrong because he came up with that ridiculous shot.
How is he not watching that back on the big screen?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
If you want to help him out, Laura, just tell him serve's going to your forehand. That doesn't always seem to notice because
He's
he
still
just
not moving over, right?
he just chipped that return. He should have known it's forehand. There's no way he should get caught with the wrong grip.
I think we said that a set and a half ago.
Yes.
We did. He was ready for that one, just couldn't quite clear the net. And Alcaraz or somebody in a semifinal, and they start eating up the slider serve to their forehand.
Right.
Now you have to come up with a kick or a second serve or something. Then I could see it full blown, possibly. Took him 2.5 sets to hit a good drop shot, and all of a sudden he's on a roll. He's hitting drop shots.
It's all coming together. They're all landing.
Broken him down. One sprint too many. So does Medvedev really have to be that far back for the 101-mile-an-hour pop gun?
I felt the wind in my face with that forehand swing. It was so close to the side.
It's amazing.
Ball change, please, new balls. 4 games all, third set.
Okay, new balls.
Okay.
Surely he's going to try and flatten it out down the tee once or twice on this juice side. And if Marozsan doesn't start to move it a little wider, then I don't know what to tell you.
You are going to get out of your chair, aren't you, Lauren?
There we go.
Yeah, good call.
Nice.
It's just a little easier with the new balls. It feels like the ball toss has a bit more weight to it almost.
But you know it got in his head a little when he missed the first serve. The first serve was closer to the baseline than the service line. So you almost got the sense when that happened, it got in his head again. It does seem as though when in doubt he can just slice it to the forehand.
Yeah.
And he's so good at defending that he he's still going to beat a lot of players.
Well, this is going on.
14-15.
Naomi Osaka, the two-time U.S. Open champion, is out. Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic, taken around in straight sets, the second in a tiebreak.
She led. Osaka did a lot of that second set. Serve for it. Had a
Up in the tiebreak as well.
Tiebreak.
What's going on today?
Yes. Please. Advantage, Marozsan.
That's his 10th.
Again, second in this game. He had 2 in the first game of this third set. Was broken in that game. There's a break chance, and Marozsan has converted a lot of his break chances. He's 4 of 5. And that serve was awful.
That was a gift.
I mean,
I'm not one for slowing the pace down, but he's so quick between these points that if you're already thinking about the next serve that you're going to miss, it's like he doesn't get over the one before.
Let's second service.
if your opponent's showing you that they're this tense, they're Marozsan, don't give him 3 points.
Advantage, Medvedev.
There was such a breath of relief after he won that point from Medvedev towards the back fence here.
Now Medvedev is asking the fans to join in. It's the first time he's done it all night. No, it's too late. Forget it. It's too late.
Zverev was up like 18-19.
Yeah, that's true.
At least.
Yeah. And there were times, remember, with that's nicely done. With Sabalenka, remember when she took to serving underhand? Because, I mean, she was making fun of herself during her service games.
The worst I ever saw was Guillermo Coria, because he would hit one in the ground, and then the next one he would make the adjustment and hit it over the baseline.
Okay, that's an overcorrection.
Kornikova?
Yeah, Kornikova.
Kornikova, yes, good call. Dementieva had the full yips, but it was almost as if she could only hit a 30-mile-an-hour serve to your
Her
forehand.
ball toss would go so far left,
Right.
and somehow she would still make it. Same with Ivanovic.
practiced once with Dementieva, and she was serving absolute rockets, and the toss was perfect in practice. As soon as the match came, 3 feet, as Laura said, off to the right.
Out. 40-15.
So really, 10 is nothing. I remember Pavlyuchenkova
It's all coming back to
won a
Laura.
match with 26 double faults.
Oh, man.
Game over.
That's a statement, yeah.
Well, Marozsan at one point was broken more times than he held. He is now, all of a sudden, he's held 3 or 4 games in a row where it's been fairly comfortable. If anything, he's the one holding with ease, and Medvedev's having to try to fight through his service games. If he has that, why doesn't he use it a little bit more? I mean, that was dangerous. Huge return. Beautiful swinging volley. Again, some power, an injection of pace, and Medvedev's not really ready for it right now. Just wait a minute and he'll hit drop shot return.
15-30.
Jimmy, help me understand. He's gone love 30 up because he's ripped a couple of shots. And what happened there?
I can't help you because I flummoxed myself. Keeps asking for love, Medvedev. He's getting some. Using those attributes, really. They move great, smoothly for their size, but they have power and they're not utilizing it much. Having said that, if you do play Medvedev, that's the serve you would use the most. You don't have to hit it hard, you just got to hit it wide because he's so far back. I mean, if he's got this kind of pace, you don't often see him. You have Medvedev back by the fence in the middle of the court, and you hit a ball that he doesn't take even 2 steps for. That's some power.
15-0.
41st unforced error, but it's the kind of error, I guess, is why you get frustrated. He was just hitting a rally ball without pace, cross court. Medvedev might want to think about cutting one of those off. It's been a steady diet now of that serve in the deuce court, and it's been working.
All right, now we'll see how they both behave in this tiebreak.
Thank you. Players are ready, please. Thank you. Out. 1-0.
Wow, that was close.
Medvedev.
Not as close as it looked. I prefer when Marozsan gasps for the crowd, because at least he does it when he, that was a brilliant point that he played, because it was angles, different paces, crushed a couple, kept Medvedev on the move throughout. I don't think he does a great job, Marozsan, when he starts hitting the slice. I don't remember him winning a lot of points once he starts that feel. It's almost as if it puts him in such a passive state that he never takes a big swing again.
2-1, Medvedev.
All right, Laura, here's your chance. Give him some advice. He's right there.
He's there for the
I
taking.
almost want to clap, because he asked the crowd for a bit more energy at the end of that point. And either they didn't see him or they just didn't fancy it.
Is the energy that low? Because they are both asking for the crowd.
Yeah, he's doing it again.
Every point. I'm saying, enough already. I'm exhausted.
3-1, Medvedev.
big were those 2 points on Marozsan's serve earlier, just for Medvedev to have a bit of comfort on his own serve here.
Yeah, no question. And now it's Marozsan has to win both of these. Medvedev on his customary 20 feet behind the baseline. I mean, the player's way back here. This is the shot I want to hit anyway.
Well, I like what you were saying just before that. That once you start slicing, it's hard to hit through the ball again in a round.
There's such a difference when he goes for shots.
Yeah.
He has angles. He's got some talent. He just needs to not try to be so cute almost.
Medvedev.
This turned into a fairly tricky shot, by the way. He's going to hit a volley, then changed his mind. Now he'd be hard-pressed to come up with a great shot. He did it.
6-2. Medvedev. Medvedev.
This could get interesting if Marozsan wins this point. Couple match points saved.
Yep.
6-4.
And then it would get tantalizingly interesting if on that 6-5 point Medvedev missed a first serve.
Wow. This tiebreak has brought out Marozsan's best stuff.
And if you're Marozsan here now, if he beats you with a hard flat serve out wide, you shake his hand and say, well done. Don't let him beat you, T.
Thank you. Players are ready, please. Thank you. Again, 7-match Medvedev.
Wow.
6-2, 7-6.
Wow, he just really didn't think he was getting enough applause. Maybe in his head it was a muted response, but his match was kind of muted. Is he trying to do this because he's going to do the old routine where he...
I don't know. I mean, if he is, then he isn't even doing that well. You got to be more of a villain if you're going to be the villain, for crying out loud. Or, you know, it's right in between. It wasn't a great performance.